SLAPAFISH community, and welcome back to another World of Tanks console video. So in this video, it's the very first day of World of Tanks Valor. So I'm going to go over like a news update. Never done one of these, but let's do this. So World of Tanks Mercenary is no longer. World of Tanks is now called World of Tanks Valor. So what has changed? Well, as you can see, this is the homepage of World of Tanks Mercenaries. Well, World of Tanks Valor now, of console World of Tanks. As you can see, yeah, stuff. But that's not the interesting page. That's just the homepage. That's what changed. Well, if you go to World of Tanks Valor tab, there's a Valor tab. You scroll down here, you get, during the Valor thing that's going on, you get mighty premium tanks. Dominate the Valor stages to get 4 powerful exclusive tanks worth over $200 for free. So what's going on right now is a Valor thing. It's a Valor op. It's just like the spring games, winter games, summer games, fall games. But it's kind of been renamed to Valor games. And there are 100 stages. You need 25 points to finish each stage. So you need in total of 2,500, I think. Hold up. Where does it say? It says it on here. Somewhere. Yes. 2,500. Or is it 25,000? It's either 2,500 or 25,000. But yeah. You get 4 premium tanks. You get the Object 244, a tier 6 Soviet heavy tank. When you get to stage 26 to 50, when you finish stage 50, and when you finish stage 75, you'll get the Su-130PM, a tier 8 Soviet tank destroyer, which is the same thing as the Shosky. When you finish all of the stages, if you don't have a premium tank, a premium time, you get the T95 E5, a tier 10 American medium. So everybody gets this tank when they finish stage 100. Also, if you have a premium account, you get this tier 9 German medium tank, and plus 405 gold. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, you get 4 tanks. 4 tanks if you have a premium account, 3 tanks if you don't have a premium account. And what's also exciting about World of Tanks Valor is that tank balancing updates. The World of Tanks community, Wargaming is actually going to be taking our feedback of what needs to be changed and stuff like that. And yeah. So I think it says on here, yes it does. New features of World of Tanks Valor. Valor, you'll get to, you get the rewards. You get those 4 tanks. See the Object 244 at 50, Su-130 PM, 75, 95 E6 at 100, and 100 plus a premium count. Now, see, this is where it says Spring Assault. Thanks to your feedback about Spring Assault feedback, we are releasing more earnouts with even better rewards on the monthly basis until summer. In World of Tanks Valor, you will get the chance to work towards more higher tier reward tanks compared to previous single event. Based on player suggestions, we will be performing balance updates on the selected tanks every 2 weeks, and that's not all. Make sure to check in regularly for new activities. So that means every 2 weeks, they're going to be testing new tanks, and I'll be moving on to that based on community feedback and stuff like that. Now, the first 2 tanks they have changed is the Waffenträger E100 and the AMX-30B. And I'm going to be getting to that right now. But I want to talk about, it's like, hey, the Valor op is a 3-month phase with 100 stages. Each stage requires 25 points, like I said. Also, if you go to the store, you can actually buy points. See? Stage 1, 25 points. Here's the prices. I'm not gonna read it. And you can buy the entire thing out. Okay, so it's 2,500 points. You can buy the entire thing out for $100. Which ain't bad. That's not bad. That's a tier 10, a tier 9, a tier 8, and a tier 6 tanks for $100. That's not bad. But me personally, I'm going to be earning the tanks because, I don't know, I like earning tanks. I may have 70,000 gold, but I'm going to earn these tanks. Okay, now the Waffenträger E100. Waffenträger E100. In summary, by adjusting the clip size, rate, clip size, rate, and reload, we make changes that, unlike with other tanks, don't impact the ammo stats. So, better clip rate on the 15cm from a 3 to a 2 second should allow it to fire more often with less exposure, potentially improving the vehicle's performance. Both guns get reduced reload time, should also help, especially with survival, as the tanker is vulnerable less often. Dropping the both. Oh yeah. So basically, on the 15cm, your inner clip reload has went from a 3 to a 2. On both guns, your reload time has went down, but each gun has lost a shell or 3 shells. I'll get onto that in a second. So basically, they want to do this tank as a consistent. And you can also, they've showed charts here, hey, this is what this tank compares to, survival weapons and stuff like that. Battles and win ratio. And if you click this little tab right here, it'll take you to the forums, and you can go into a deeper depth of all the charts. It's pretty cool just to look at. But anyway, what did they do to the Waffenträger E100? The 12.8cm gun, which is the stock gun. A lot of people, I looked at the chart, and 75% of people, or it might have been even higher than that, was using the stock barrel. So they're like, okay. So this is what they did to it. They reduced the clip size from 6 shots to 4 shots. So that's a nerf to its clip size. But they buffed the reload time from 60 seconds to 48 seconds, which will impact its DPM from 2,878 to 2,488. And this will change the burst damage from 3,360 to 2,240. So, this tank will no longer be able to clip out most tier 10 heavy tanks, unlike before. This tank used to be able to clip out every single tank in the game, no matter what it was, even the mouse. But now it can't do that. It can clip out all the lights, all the mediums, probably all the tank destroyers, and all artillery, but it can't clip out heavy tanks. So that's a good thing. Now, to the 15cm, what did they do to it? They increased the clip rate from 20 to 30, which I don't know what that means. I don't honestly know what that means. So, I'm gonna skip that. They decreased the clip size from 4 to 3, that from 4 shots to 3 shots, which is a nerf. But they buffed the reload time from 50 to 40 seconds, which will change the DPM from 3,052 to 3,068 damage per minute, which is not a lot. That's not very much. There's barely any change. Also, this is a burst damage from 3,000 to 2,250 damage. So both guns will have about the same burst damage. Not bad. So, Yeah. Both guns will no longer be able to clip out tier 10 heavy tanks. So, Waffen Trigger E100 didn't really get buff/nerf. Well, it got some buffs and it got some nerfs. It got changed. A lot of people, Clone Guy, I watched Clone Guy during his live stream, and he says he likes this tank better the way it is. Also, I played the 15cm gun, and I like it better. I hated the 15cm gun before, and now it's just better. I like playing the 15cm now. It just, I don't know. I guess it's the reload time. But anyway, that's enough about the Waffen Trigger. Now, let's get on to the 30B. What did they do to the 30B? Like before, they included a whole bunch of charts where you can look at it and go through it, and you can also click down here. We'll go into more detail and more charts. Okay, 30B. So, in summary, this tank isn't pinning as much as it should, which is resulting in very low damage output. The penetration and shell speed of this tank will be buffed to be more than it is now, but not as much as it will be before the previous nerf. This will also impact the tier 9 AMX-30. So, these changes happen to the AMX-30B and to the AMX-30, to the 9 and the 10. Okay? Basically, they're like, hey, this tank ain't pinning, which it needs to be pinning, which is resulting to low damage. That's what it's saying. So, what did they change about both tanks? The 105mm LLEF1 gun, the speed of the rounds has went from 1,100 to 1,525, which is pretty good. And yeah, these things. So basically, shell velocity got buffed. Basically, the AMX-30B and the AMX-30 got buffed, then buffed. It got better. Shell velocity went from 1,100 to 1,525. Penetration went on standard from 248 to 255. Premium from 300 to 310. And high explosive stayed at 53. So 30B, shell velocity got buffed and penetration got buffed. So that's the two tanks they've changed. They have took our feedback. They're like, hey, we're like, hey, Wargaming, 30B, Waffen Trigger, help fix these things. And now they fixed them. Well, they've done changes to them. They actually listened to us. This was a very small update, but it shows that they can listen to us. And they could help us. Now, World of Tanks Valor is this update is a very small one, but it shows that Wargaming will listen to us. And every 2 weeks, they've said every 2 weeks, they will be introducing new changes to tanks to see how they improve, or see how they improve. See how they will be effective. So, World Tanks Valor, good thing. But anyway, I don't know what else to say. So that's it for me. If you like this video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, remember to SLAPAFISH because we're always not. And peace out. See ya.